We got an absolutely amazing play on Nike stock for equity and option plays. In this video, I want to talk about the setup on Nike and compare it to our previous setups. We got an amazing buying opportunity on Nike, especially since we dropped over 5% after hours today because of its earnings drop. So in this video, I want to talk about the chart, and then I want to talk about earnings report, and overall an amazing setup for Nike, which I want to go in very in deep on. A plus setup. So let's get started. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Make sure to leave a like. We have been absolutely killing it. Our previous video 2 weeks ago on the tech stocks, pretty much all of those broke out and are absolutely killing it with our plays with that. If you guys do want to join the Discord, link in the description. We had a nice end phase play, 35% out. It's up over 100% now, but make sure to join Discord if you have not already. So let's get started with Nike. Now, the first thing that I want to take a look at is we had earnings coming out today, and that is the reason why it dropped. And this whole play, because before I want to get into the chart, I want to talk about what happened today and why Nike stock has been dropping, because the chart looks absolutely incredible. So if we take a look at the chart, it's currently sitting at $95 because of after hours. We're going to gap down right at market open. But the reason that we gap down is because we had Nike earnings today. And the earnings itself were not really that bad. If we take a look at the report, we had 70 cents versus 74 cents expected. We had $12.43 billion in revenue versus $12.28 billion expected. And even with earnings, we absolutely, pretty much did pretty nice with earnings. But the reason that it dropped was because we had some declining sales on China, I believe. So if we take a look at, China, we were a little bit lower than expected on China, but overall earnings itself weren't too bad. Okay, we were above expectations. It's just the Chinese growth. Now let's take a look at the chart, because the chart is where it gets absolutely interesting. I love the setup on the weekly time frame is what I want to take a look at first. We're taking a look at the weekly time frame. Each candle is a week, and we could see that we hit a peak on 2021. Okay, 2021 we hit a peak. Pretty much all S&P 500 is at all-time highs right now, all blue chip tech stocks and whatnot. Nike has really been lagging behind. So 176 was our peak. And then we could see that we have a very nice level of support that we keep bouncing off of. So we could see that we have a support here, and we have this symmetrical triangle setup where we are bouncing off, we are rejecting off this level. So the basic idea is we buy low and we sell high. Okay, we buy the dip off of this news, off earnings dumping. We buy off a red day. We buy when there is blood on the streets. So we buy the red, we buy in here, and then we have the stop loss to close below. So $95 is a very nice number to buy in at. And if I take my ruler out, so $95 we're sitting right at the level of support. That's going to be a very conservatively, that's going to be a 25% gain on just equity shares alone. If you just play the bounce off the level of support, that is going to be a 25% gain on Nike. So it is absolutely amazing. Then I also want to talk about the options. Now I want to take a look at the RSI. RSI is an indicator that tells us if a stock is overbought or oversold. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to close this over here for the RSI. So for the RSI, typically we want to buy in right at the $30 level. But since we are going to gap down right at market open, the RSI should hit a lot lower. So we want to buy low, we want to sell high. That is the very basic setup. This is going to be our stop loss. Our first price target is going to be the resistance at $119. And this is pretty much going to be our price target. Now let's take a look at the daily time frame, because the daily time frame looks even better. We can see that we have been accumulating and setting this setup for since 2021. Okay, we have been setting up of this setup on the daily time frame. So you can see that our probability is on our side. If we buy low here, we have, our probability is going to be on our side, because what are the chances that we drop lower for Nike? So this is what we are taking a look at the daily time frame. We're taking a look at the RSI. Nike is going to gap down 5%. So pretty much RSI is going to be at 30 right around market open. So right at market open, Nike is going to be a great buy, or even during pre-market for shares. So we just need to hold this trend line for Nike. Now I want to compare it with our other stock plays. So our other play was on Autodesk. We played a while ago. Very similar setup, just like Nike. We peaked around 2021 and we had a massive pullback, and then we were consolidating and setting up for the setup for more than a year. And then, we bought in right at the level of support, and we bought in at the level of resistance, and then it had a massive breakout. And price action is king. Price action is absolutely everything. When we are trading sideways, when we are respecting these levels of support, we are setting up for a massive play. So you can see that the stock was getting squeezed right here. We were getting tight, and then it just absolutely squeezed to the upside for Autodesk. Another play was on Snowflake. Okay, both of these plays I made a video on, so you guys can search Sunday stock, Fire Cycle 114, Snowflake stock, Autodesk stock, and you guys can literally see our previous videos and me talking about this plays, and we played shares on these plays. We didn't do any call options, we just straight up played shares on Snow and Autodesk. So Snow had a very similar setup. 2021 we peaked, we pulled back, and then we just were getting tight, we were trading sideways, we were setting up, and then we broke out. But again, the key thing is that we want to buy low and we want to sell high. Okay, so same thing with Snow. We had a massive breakout and we ran to the upside. It did drop because of the earnings, but overall it followed through with the technical analysis and price action remained king. Even right here, Snowflake does look good on the weekly and daily time frame, but we could see that Nike looks amazing. And not only that, Nike is a blue chip stock. Okay, Nike is Nike. Who is not going to buy Nike? Whenever we have, these big blue chip companies reaching a very critical level of support, it's just an amazing buy. We had a play on Disney. We're still in Disney. We're in long-term Disney shares at $80. So Nike is going to be an amazing pick to add to your portfolio, to add into shares. And especially if you want to play the long-term game, you can make a very nice 85% if you play it to the all-time highs, because again, Nike is a Nike. So let's take a look at the call options now, because you can straight up play shares, go for a 25% shares, or you could play a month out call option. So I want to go back into Nike. We're taking a look at the weekly time frame, and you could play leaps. That's a great idea. You could play 2 to 3 months out. The problem with options is you're really trying to predict exactly when we're going to have that bounce or when we're going to hit that price target. So that is the downside and the cautious to it. So if you don't want to risk options, you can just straight up play shares and chill with like shares, because honestly the risk to reward is amazing on shares. So I'm taking a look at the call option, and I'm thinking about a month out call option for Nike. So I'm thinking either 2 months out or 1 month out. I'm going to stay conservative and say 2 months out. So we got April. I'm going to pick around March. So I'm going to do May 17th. The 95 call, we can see that they're sitting around 9:45. I'm going to click I agree over here. Then I have this chart here. So Nike, the option is going to be way down right at market open, but my first price target is going to be really the gap at $99. So we could take a look at our call option. This is our call option, and our first price target would be around $100 for that gap play. 105. So for the call options, it's really going to depend on right at market open, because I can't actually calculate the call option since Nike stock is down 5%. So I'm going to update you guys on Discord or make a video on Sunday Stock Talk. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Make sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments what you guys think, and make sure to join the Discord so you guys can chat and do all of that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys later. Take care.